All right, here we are again, Sabbath day. Doing it, little deck talk. That's all this is, man. I've been kind of just chilling out today, man, but I cannot. I don't know. I need things to do. I got a lot on my mind. It's been such a good day, man. When you're walking in the when you're walking in the spirit and truth, and when things are lined up, man. Things are hard, but things are also good because, like, the outside life and everything around you doesn't coincide with the nucleus that you're in, and but everything can fall apart around you. But because you've got that joy in your heart, that gladness, and that because you are in the spirit and you are in the truth, things are, you've come out of her, my people, at least here and here, if not physically. Which we're working on that part. Here and here, we've come out. We're out. We're out. We're done. Which is kind of like what this is. This is more like, I don't know if you want to call it deck talk or just talking, but this might be more, I'm trying to get more into some of the geopolitical type things. I guess that's what you call it. I really don't know, but like the stuff other than, well, everything's a spiritual. Every battle that we're having right now is spiritual. Everything that's going on politically is spiritual, if that makes any sense. And everything that's happening in this world in general always has been and will always be spiritual. We may be in the physical, but that spiritual battle is being fought no matter what. And it's something to behold. It puts you in some weird ways, but we see that a lot this time of year, and like I say, I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's just a part of it, man. I mean, when you do something like this and you put yourself out there, kind of like stuff, then you're raw. I'm raw. Just I don't have a big thing. Don't have any equipment, things like that. Don't really want any, because I'm just doing it. Living it and doing it and trying to document it in a way, just documenting what I'm seeing and doing and the things that's going on around me. The way I feel, some people is gonna want to be a part of that and go on the ride with me. Other people ain't gonna care. Some people's just gonna make fun about it. Some people just ain't gonna care. Some people's gonna join the ride. Whatever it is, man, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the spirit and the truth. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Well, how do you know what's truth and what's not? You feel it. You know it. It's in here and in here, man. That's why I say from here and here. As far as I'm out. I'm done. I've checked out. I've come out. I've come out of her. All this mystery Babylon stuff. It's like not even being on the same level as the people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Sheeple. That's sheeple. That's what I call them. I mean, there's literally people that it comes on the news and they act like it's gospel. Instead of being in the actual gospel of the Bible, instead of actually being in the Bible and seeking your truth out of there, these people can come on CNN and Fox News and just say, you need this, and oh yeah, I got to get that. You don't even think about what's in it. It don't matter, right? I got to hold on to my worldly possessions and all this worldly lust that I have. I got to hold on to that. Who cares about my soul? I really think that's how people think, but I'm just the opposite. I'm more like, no, I'm too concerned about my soul to allow these things to happen. How can we allow these things to happen? But the people in the truth ain't gonna allow it to happen. And those are the people, that's who I'm talking about, That's who I'm talking about. I know I kind of get a little crazy on some of these things, man, but I get hyped up. And you should, you know what? You should be getting hyped up too, because look at what's going on around us, man. Look, oh goodness, look what's going on around us. the the adversary has absolutely infiltrated every aspect, media, politics, movies, music, you name it. The adversary has infiltrated it as far as this world goes, and people have become cattle, literal cattle. And it's, oh man, uh, it makes you happy to be in some truth, in the truth, or whatever level of truth. I mean, you know, I guess there's different levels. Whatever level, at least the people that know and can see. I really don't care what you affiliate with outside of that. There is a certain bond to the people who can see what's actually going on. You know what I mean? Or at least I think that. But it's just so crazy. Just the things that's going on, and I want to talk more about that. That's kind of what I'm, you know, I want to have all facets on the point to shoot for anyway. And yes, I'm having a beer. This is an IPA. I like craft beer. Yes, we believe in what the Bible says about drinking strong drink, wine, beer. Nothing wrong with it, as long as you can control it and it doesn't control you. That's the difference. You can't, you know, there are verses there that says it can bite like a viper, and it has bit me like a viper. Not in that way, because I've never had no issue, but before I came into the truth, yeah, I would be considered in the Bible what would call a riotous partier with it. I'm not ashamed to admit what I did before I came into the truth, but now it's more of a, just I enjoy sometimes sitting on the deck and having a brewski, especially after work, after you've done work. But anyway, enough about that. Who cares? What matters is the content anyway. And hopefully some of this stuff will resonate with some people who are awake, not these woke, not these progressive woke people. I'm not talking to y'all because honestly, if you're a progressive on the AOC and all this train, there's no need for you to listen to this channel, because, and not that I care if you listen to it, but you're gonna get offended pretty quick, because the things that I'm gonna talk about, because I'm not down with what's going on. There is genders, 1 and 2, whether you like it or not, they are, you know. There's male and there's female. There's nothing else. Everything else is a lie. I mean, come on, y'all. We can't be that stupid. But again, it's the GMO foods. The GMO foods and everything else is dumbing the people down, I believe. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. I mean, you can't just, people think they're getting smarter. They're not. They may be getting more book smarts, but as far as common sense, people are they've lost their mind. There's no moral compass in most people anymore. They could care less. It's like they're walking around like zombies or something. You know, like they don't have any emotions, or maybe it's all the pharmaceuticals they get pumped in them from, you know. So since when did we stop going to the Most High for these problems? And since when did we automatically jump to, I got a problem, I need to go to a doctor and get me some drugs, man? You know what? Why? Who started that? I mean, you know, that's a blatant, and that's the problem. That's why nobody has any faith anymore, any true belief in anything anymore. That's why. Because once you've contaminated that and watered that down so bad that people just can't even have normal emotion anymore, and the moral compass is off, well, after that, what do you got? Beasts. That's what you got left, is beasts. But as far as the pharmakia, which is witchcraft in the Bible, by the way, yeah, that's right. Go look at them Strongs. everywhere it says witchcraft, go look it up. It's pharmakia, drug sorcery, things of that nature. But yet, you know, things that are more natural are illegal. Not advocating one way or the other, I'm just saying, you know, we're given things for medicine. We don't need white coat medicine. I'm gonna call it white coat medicine. You don't need that. What the Most High is the great physician, right? The Messiah is the great physician. He healed the sick. He raised the dead. He said that we'd be able to do these things too. But people say they have faith, but yet when they get sick, why are they sick in the first place? Probably from disobedience, because it all boils down to the diet, doesn't it? These bodies consume things that it burns for energy to keep it going. It's like it's fuel. The Most High created things that we're to put in here and use for energy, and He created things that are supposed to stay out of here that aren't good for it, that just corrode the system and break it down and defile it. But yet somehow, in the day and age that we live in now, people are so dumbed down that somehow they can justify something that's clear. Your pharmaceutical practitioner or whatever person, your doctor, will actually tell you that swine's not good for you. Most of the time when people get locked up, but you know, their body locks up and don't work right no more, is usually because, what'd you do to it? You know, how did you treat it? You know, when you get out of line, when you fall into disobedience, it's bad for the body. It's bad for the body. I'm no doctor, but you start eating the way that you're supposed to do and start being obedient, it's kind of funny that all these sicknesses kind of go away on most people. But like I said, I'm not a doctor. Maybe some people's gone too far where they can't turn back, I guess that can happen. I guess it can happen. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm being very candid today, man, because you know what, it's time for truth. I'm not, you know, I've got to the point now, like I've always said, I'm a sower of seed, and at first it was like this. Now it's just broadcast spreader. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna throw it out there and let it hit. So what? You think I care what people think about me? At this point, obviously I don't. But God, the people that's in this world right now that ain't in the truth, I really don't care what they think anyway. Why would I? They're not even in the truth. They, you know, why would I worry about any of that? Shoot, I'm called to put it out there. So I'm gonna put it out there. I got to be obedient. You know, some people can listen to a call and just ignore it, and you know, to their own detriment. Other people can't. Some people are just a conduit, man, and they're called, you know, some people call them truthers, or some people, you call them what you want. But they're out there to put it out there, man. They're out there to say what everybody's thinking anyway. And then when you get those people and they actually see things where they go, yeah, I was thinking that anyway, it opens up doors, man. Because, you know, you can't reach the people that don't want to be reached. There's people out here that number one, they can't be reached, because they got the wrong seed in them, and number two, they don't want to be reached because they know, but they just want to act like it ain't happening, you know, and just be like, I just want to keep what I got going, you know. I got a job, I got income, I'm living pretty good, everything's comfortable, my debt isn't over my eyeballs or whatever. And, you know, I'm trying to, you know, why, I don't want to take these, you know, I don't want to have to change. And that's how most people are. But there's that very small group of people that in the Bible is called the remnant that will be saved. There's that small group that's always been that they can't not hear it. They can't not hear the truth, and they can't not act on the truth and put it out there. You know, and most people, most all their information they get from the TV and the media anyway. So what good is that? I mean, it's like independent thinking, man. When you start reading the Bible, you start coming into the truth, the world looks different to you. Like things that you once thought were like not a big deal, they're a big deal. Like you stop doing it. It's like you see things so much more clear, and you can see the BS, if I may. You can see all the falsehoods and the BS and the lies, you know, the stuff that smells like crap, you know, and you can smell it a mile away. You ain't falling for that crap, you know what I mean? But there's so many people that do. It's just literally that black box, that bottomless pit that's on your wall or wherever that you're staring into all the time, and your social media and what's on, you know, the phones and stuff, which I know all as far as the technology with the internet and YouTube and places like that, that's all good stuff, man. Well, not all good, but it can be used for good or it can be used for evil, and it's plenty used for evil. But then again, you got these guys out here that are truthers, and these guys that are out here that are in the true gospel and living this thing and doing what they're supposed to do, trying to wake up the masses, or as much of the remnant as they can, because really the masses in the Bible, the numerous, it never pans out for the majority. It's always a remnant. It's always a few, you know. Noah, when it was the flood, the Most High saved 8 people off the whole face of the earth. 8 people. You know, and you know, it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man comes. So when he comes back, we're going to be in that kind of state. There's not going to be many of us left alive. You know, there's not going to be many left. I mean, we're talking end time stuff here. You know, I'm just, like I said, I'm going to air it out. I don't care. Just might as well. You know, at the end of the whole thing, all that matters is if you made it or you didn't. And I really believe there's a really fine line. I do. I believe that. It's, if you don't come into the knowledge of the truth, whatever the truth is, right? If you don't get that right, you know, what other decision could be more important than that? So wouldn't you want to come from the best source that you possibly could to build your truth off of? And when you're building that truth, if there's another side trying to come in that's telling you something different than the truth, why would you listen to that side? That's what I don't understand. The truth is a linear 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? If you've seen any of my videos, you know what that is. It's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, linear. Something that's coming against that to say that there's something else other than the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, that's a false doctrine. But somehow, people can claim to be in the truth, or claim that that is the truth, knowing that it goes against the truth. Hey, I guess that's human beings. That's this flesh. You know, it says you have to become foolish to become wise. You got to become foolish to this world's knowledge to become wise in Yah's knowledge. And in Yah's knowledge, you're going to be, you know, foolish in this earth. It's evident. The cult calls other people the cult. there's a clear cult, because in a cult there has to be a lie. There's got to be some kind of lie, right? A cult is like 10% or 90% truth with 10% lie. That's a cult. That's what makes something a cult. But that side is telling this small side over here that's trying to do what the book says, that we're a cult when they're the cult. It's like the Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats blame the Republicans or accuse the Republicans for being and doing exactly what they do, and vice versa. That's how you know it's a Luciferian system, because up is down, down is up. You know, it's bizarro world. It's crazy. Yet we live in this stuff, and there's people that don't see it. They don't see things for what they are. They're just in the game. You know, they're like chess pieces or cattle, where they're just getting moved along and shuffled along, you know, this world, without any knowledge of what's going on. It's like they're spiritually dead. They're spiritually dead. They can't see anything. They really can't see anything spiritual. They can't. Those people can't. It's amazing, right? I mean, it's that serious, man. There's people, and I know this because I do this all the time, and I'm always talking to people about what I talk about on this channel. That's why I started the channel, so I could throw it out there to some more people, you know, 2 or 3. And it's just like, I don't know. Try to catch a few fish. The fishers of men. Because it's good to be around like-minded believers. You know, that is the good thing about this whole YouTube thing, and like the internet and all that. Did you know Al Gore invented the internet? He did. He said he did. But the whole thing with the internet, the good part is that you can do stuff like this. There's still a little bit of freedom, but see, everything's got its downside, because you're also putting yourself out there on YouTube for the people that you're speaking against to see and know all about you. You almost make yourself a target. But you know, but we all know what we know. I was about to jump into a door. I probably shouldn't jump in on this format, but I hope this isn't all incoherent either, man, because like I said, if I post this at all, sometimes I just, on the Sabbath day, a lot of times I just kind of air out my thoughts. I used to write them down, but then I got to saying, you know, I want to just record it, that way it's there. It's always there. Some of the stuff, when I post it, I'm like, you know, that's all right. The next video that I put out, well, it may not be the next one, but I'm going to put out a video with a little bit higher quality that I'm actually getting together, and I actually sent it, the rough draft, to, I'll just say, a man whose opinion that I care about, to watch it before I do more to it, just to get, because I know without me telling him, he's going to get the gist of what I'm wanting to hear from him. And then I'm going to do, I've already got my kids, 13 and 11, son and a daughter. They're so good with this stuff. I'm going to get them to start editing and making some pretty neat videos. I mean, I kind of like just doing this right here, but, you know, I just kind of wanted to try it and, like, actually make a cool video with a lot of truth in it. And it's, the topic of it is, man, it is so important. It's gonna tie some things in, man. It's gonna tie some things in with the one world religion and everything that, in the one world, all the one on the other side. See, that's something I haven't spoke about. You know, Most High has, you know, it's one Yah, one Torah, one Messiah, one people. Well, the God of this earth has always got, he's got it too. He wants one religion on this earth that's opposite of Yah's, a government that was even in power during Yeshua's time when he was here. Rome was in power. We're no different. We're basically Rome. It's all 1, man. On his side too. So it's like, which 1 are you choosing? See, that's where the truthers come in. And I'm gonna call them truthers because there's some guys that I listen to that ain't on this religious side. Some are, some aren't. You know, these old heads out here that I listen to. Some are religious, some are not. But I tell you what, they're all preppers. They all pay attention. They all know what's going on. Whether they be ex-military guys. You know, my stepdad's a retired master sergeant. I think he did 30 years in the Army, man. He went in Vietnam at 17 or 18, whichever one the lowest you could go. He volunteered. He went. He wanted to go. He wanted to fight for the country. He wanted to do, you know, he's a soldier too, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's a soldier. He's got it all, man. Got mad respect for him too. And we do not agree. Well, I ain't gonna say we don't agree on religious things. He's just not religious. Well, I take that back. Let me rephrase that. We don't agree on the faith because he's religious. Let me do it more like that. But he's also not really. As far as I know, he's never been one to go to church, even you know, like on Sunday and stuff. So all of his stuff come from the military. So his outlook on spiritual things and geopolitical things is geopolitically not different from mine, but spiritually different from mine, if that makes sense. But we love each other to death, man. He's a good cat. He's been good to me. I'm not trying to give you all that, but you know, to talk to him, I mean, you know, it's, you know, these military guys, man, they know. A couple of guys that I like to listen to, and I always keep my stuff on the down low, and I really don't know why. I just, you know, I guess I've always had that kind of a brain, a certain amount of, you know, I don't want to just be spreading other people's names out. You know, maybe they don't want you to do that or whatever, but either way, there's a couple of guys that I listen to, and they're old heads. I call them old heads. I mean, they're a good 10, 20 years older than me, and I'm 45, so, but they, you know, they were special ops in the military and stuff. You know, it's good to hear their perspectives, and both of those guys I agree with in the faith. Both of those guys, we're lined up in the faith. They don't know me, though. I know them, but they don't know me because, you know, they got bigger channels and stuff, but it's, and I love listening to them, the both of them. And then there's, you know, I got a couple of cats. I got 3 or 4 cats that I listen to. I don't try to eat off of too many tables. I really should only be eating off of one table, but I like to listen to the guys that line up with that table for the most part, you know. There kind of is one main guy that I like, that resonated, and he's the one that I saw very first time. One day I'm going to mention it because I actually I hope to one day be able to talk to him. But there's good guys out there that have the faith plus the geopolitical side, and there's guys out there that just have the geopolitical side, but you can run with them because, you know, mostly that's what they're worried about is survival. And hey, there's nothing wrong with running with somebody like that because they're trying to survive. And they also know, so it, you know, they're not allowing the pharmakia side to come in and tell them what to do either. Because I know you have to be careful with the way you word all that stuff, but I'll probably go get flagged or tagged anyway. But you know, at this point, who cares? Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. But man, it's not all rainbows and kittens, that's for sure. right? That's one thing we know. But being able to walk it out in spirit and truth, uh, it's a lot more joyful. When you know that you should be preparing and you are preparing, that takes a load off your mind, especially as a man. Now, I'm not talking about a male that just has male parts down there. I'm talking about a man. A man that takes care of his, you know, he's at least got some things going for him. You know, that's one thing I can't stand. I ain't listening to nobody that ain't got his shit together. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, I don't, you know, but that's just, it's hard to listen. I mean, why would you listen to somebody like that? That's like listening to a stockbroker. Why is he a broker? Because he's broker than you are, and he's giving you advice and you taking it. You know, who cares about any of that anyway? I mean, it's like, you know, just get out of debt. That's the main thing. Get out of debt. Get your stuff together. You know, I'm gonna start posting some pictures of my land and what in the progress. The only problem is there ain't been that much progress because it's deer hunting. It's deer season and I'm trying to kill deer. I got my shooting lanes cut this year, and that's all that's gonna happen until after January 1st, and then we're gonna start getting some things together. Hopefully I'll start getting a lot of things together, but out there. But we got us a decent piece of land. I will say this, land has been an investment. You know, if I had to get into that side of it, you know, I know on my end, and it could have just been timing or whatever, but for what I bought my land for and what it's worth now, I could pocket some tens of thousands of dollars, let's just say that. And that's not to boast or anything, because really the property is only worth what somebody would pay for it anyway. So yeah, I could put it up for sale, and I'd be one of these cats that's up for sale for 10 years and it never sells. But I'm just saying, you know, as an investment, I think it's been all right. I hope to have a full-fledged farm and like homestead situation out there, though. You know, the way we're doing ours is right now I'm kind of building it to be recreational in a sense, to where we've got fishing, hunting, all kind of different hunting. Obviously fishing, and you know, camping type stuff, and also too, in doing that, you're able to bring some other people on that are like-minded and say, hey, you know, when the shit hits the fan, SHTF, you know, mutual assistance groups, mags are good, tribes, depending on what you are. If you're just a prepper, it's a mag. Me, it would be a tribe. Trying to get the tribal thing going, biblical tribal thing. Yeah. Now, I'm not one to be able to tell. I can't tell you what tribe we are because I don't know. The way I figure it, the people like me that are grafted in, I think we'll figure that out later. I've done some studying on it. I mean, you can read Revelation. There's 12 gates, so and the 12 tribes of Israel. So you're going in one of them gates. That's all I know. I don't know how that works. We can't sojourn with Israel like it was in the Old Testament, where there was physically the people of Israel all in one group, and you say, hey, I want, you know, you come in and you become grafted in through the process, and as a Gentile of the flesh, and then, you know, you become one as the homeborn. But you know, these days I don't know how, and there may be, if there is some way that you can like legitimately tell if you're one of the tribes, please let me know. I just don't know. You know, we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I certainly don't. I know very little, but I try to share what I know with everybody, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's all just talking. It just, you know, I just lay it out there. If it becomes a video, it becomes a video. Don't be controlled by this stuff. It's out there, man. Everybody knows it. Well, not everybody knows it, but you know what I mean? The people who know, they know. And I know some people would rather be on the down low. I was like that for the longest time, but again, some of us are called. Some of us are called to put ourselves on the line for it. That's just the way it is. You just have to, you know, you either heed the call or you don't. I don't know, you know, to me it's something I had to do. But anyway, I don't want to stay on here too much longer. I hope it wasn't just one big rant and ramble, but you know, I like to put it out there. Why not? You know, why not? If anything else, I just listen to myself talk. That's probably more what it is. But I would like to, hey, keep up, stay tuned, because I'm gonna put out a lot more content like this. And like I said, I've got a video coming, and I think I am gonna call it the False Trinity, and it's gonna be, everybody needs to watch it. I think whatever side you're on, you need to watch it. Even if you're in the truth, you'll get it. No problem. I won't be teaching you nothing, but it'd be a cool video for you to watch. But the people that ain't in the truth, if this don't do it, nothing will. You know? But, all right, out there, have a good Sabbath. It's been a great one for me, man. We still got time. Nate and the family ain't even got here yet. We ain't even went Facebook Live yet. I've already done 2 of these because it's on us. It's on us today, man. It's gonna be exciting tonight when Nate gets here. And he's on fire. There's some things happening to him today. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna sit back and turn him on and turn him loose. Let him ride. Oh man, let him ride. He's back. Some people's gonna come into the truth tonight, whether they want to or not. But anyway, I love you out there. Be safe and be good.